Good morning. So we're heading to Louisiana this morning. It's a Saturday. It's about 6:30 a.m. Heading to Louisiana, pick up a little treat. Hello, good morning, and I guess we'll start the video here. Actually, I think I already opened the video maybe this morning, like when I first left. Well, anyways, what, 3.5 hours into our trip, almost there. I'm 15 minutes away from the location. It's a wet and rainy day today. I had like 2 hours worth of driving in the rain. It was pretty bad, but we're almost there. So probably not going to film picking it up, but I'll at least film maybe pulling around the trailer and stuff, and then we'll do a little overview on it and show you what I got. All right, so we made it. It's about to rain. It's starting to rain already, but here it is. All right, so I'm here waiting on the guy to show up, but before he gets here, let me just give you a little quick rundown on this car. So the guy I'm buying it from, it's his aunt's car. She was the original owner. She bought it brand new. The car has 87,000 original miles on it. Probably can't see it yet, but she drove it. Look, last registered 2012. She drove it till 87,000 miles, and then she parked it, and the guy I'm buying it from, his aunt's sister bought it, so it stayed in the same family, and when she bought it, they had plans to fix it up for their daughter, and then it just continued to sit, and here we are, we have it now. The body is in absolute perfect condition. It's been resprayed, but I went across it with a magnet, and I haven't found Bondo anywhere on the entire car, so that's exciting to see. It's a slick top. There's no dings in the roof. There's no dings in the hood. I might find a couple little tiny dings once I get the car cleaned up and see it in some different lighting. But so far, it's flawless, and I'm really excited. So, the guy's about to be here. I'm gonna get this thing loaded up on the trailer, and we'll go over it a little bit more here shortly. All right, we're home. Time to pull the car off the lift. No, it's not running. I'm doing some diag on this car, so I had to pull it out of the shop real quick, do one more test drive, and have the customer come pick it up. But yeah, let's get it off the trailer. All right, so I pushed it from here to here, and now we're on the forklift, and we got a strap. We're just gonna pull it in. All right, I'm really bad about ripping shit apart and not taking videos or pictures of what everything looks like when I get it. But the interior's pretty nice. Typical cracked dash. Got a cracked AC vent. No big deal. Everything back here is really clean. That little vinyl piece is coming off of that strip that goes across here. Fix that. Carpet's clean though. Mileage 87. It's got manual windows, top. All original under the hood too. A little dirty, but typical. First thing I'm gonna do is a compression test, leak down test. Probably try to start it, and then I'll pull the whole engine because it's gonna get a 5-speed conversion. I'm gonna reseal the whole engine. It's just gonna be easier to have it out, and I wanna clean up the bay as well. Everything's back here. I guess I got the intake tube off. It's even got carpet on the back of the back seat. All these clips are in like perfect condition. They still snap up so you can open it. Snap closed. Oh, I spoke too soon. I have some tabs for that side though that I can replace this. But yeah, so first order of business, car's in the shop now, so I'm gonna get it on the lift, get it up in the air, and just start inspecting things. Make sure I didn't miss anything when I was going over stuff, and then, like I said, we'll do the engine tests. And I think I'll probably pull some seats just to double check the floorboards. All right, so after inspecting the bottom of the car, everything looked pretty good. I pulled the spark plugs, took out the scope, and everything looked, the spark plugs had a little bit of rust, so I was started to get concerned. But everything in there looks really good. I can still see the cross-hatching on the cylinder walls. So what I'm gonna do is, since it's been sitting for so long, I'm gonna take some Marvel Mystery Oil, put it down. Actually, I don't have Marvel Mystery Oil, so I'm gonna take some ATF mixed with some engine oil and throw it in there, let it sit for a while, and before I try turning this over. All right, so I poured some ATF in the cylinders. We're gonna let that sit for a while, but so basically I was told that this thing had a blown head gasket, but after looking in here, I know you can't see, but it looks really clean in there. And then upon pulling the dipstick out, look at the oil. That's not blown head gasket oil. That's just 12-year-old oil. So what I'm thinking is the head gasket's probably not even blown. It's probably just like a bad coolant hose or the radiator's clogged. And it was just getting hot on them and they thought it was the head gasket. So this should honestly be an easy fix. I might not even have to pull the cylinder head. I will still be pulling the engine though and resealing everything. So I was considering just starting with pulling the motor out and just doing this like wellness check and starting it up on the ground. I'd also like to go through a couple things on the interior and stuff too. So I think I'll just do that while this is soaking in there, just so that I don't have to spend the extra time like rigging this up after I pull it back out to try and start it and everything. So I'm just gonna like wait, do the compression test, leak down test faults in here, and then just gotta give this a couple hours to soak in. Check out how clean this driver's seat is. I mean, it's a little dirty, but look, there's not even a tear in it. It always tears there. But yeah, I'm just pulling out some interior to make sure there's no rust in the floorboard up here. See how much of a mess we can make. This is gonna take a while for it to leave. Oh my God. Oh shit, it's getting everywhere. That was a terrible idea. It's in my eye now. Look at this, there's a lot of good coolant in here. Well, it's not good coolant, but it doesn't have oil in it. There's a slight possibility that this thing just had a bad water pump. I'm doing a pressure test right now before I pull the cooling system out. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just pulling everything that doesn't involve the engine starting, because I'm waiting on that ATF to soak into the cylinder walls. So I'm just gonna leave that for a while and just pull everything around the engine so I can still start the engine and do everything with it. But this thing's holding pressure pretty good. I'm gonna leave it for like another 10 minutes. All right, right, so I just tried to do the first start, as you could see, and it didn't work. So the injectors are stuck because I tried with starting fluid and it started. So what we're gonna do, we've got a power and a ground here, and all we're gonna do is put the ground on the injector and just keep tapping the injector, and we're gonna get it unstuck. So you'll just see it keep sparking, then you'll start hearing it click. Once it clicks, it's freed up. I've had very good success doing this in the past. All right, I'm gonna try to film this. Got it. Here, clicking. Freed it up. See? All right, so that's like number 3 down. Only got 1 left to go. All right, last one. Let's try to film this one. Ah, this one's being stubborn. All right, I just tapped on it with a screwdriver a couple times and now it's working. Clicking. All right, now we can start her up. That doesn't sound that good. Hopefully it just needs a valve adjustment, right? Why is single cam's always so loud? I don't trust it. Nothing is loud as hell. Oh, sorry, leaking fuel. Okay, so I changed the oil and got it to quiet down a little bit. I also got the misfire to go away, and it was running pretty decent, but it just still makes a lot of noise. I know single cam KAs are noisy, but like, I just don't like it. So now I've got a big dilemma on what to do with the engine that's in here, because it needs quite a bit of work. Because I don't feel comfortable just resealing it without pulling the head and redoing valve seals and everything. So, and then there's still the loud noise, and it's all cylinder head noise. It's which is typical single cam KA stuff, but I just got to decide what I'm going to do now, I guess. All right, look. Got it running a lot better. It's a lot quieter too. Quieted down quite a bit after it was running for a while. All right, so we've got some pretty good news. So as you saw, I put some ATF in the cylinders, let it sit overnight, turned the motor over, got all the ATF out. I then did a compression test before starting it, and it was kind of all over the place. So next I got the engine running, I fixed the misfire, got it running a little bit smoother, and now that the engine is warm, we had it running for a little while. We got the noise down a little bit after an oil change. I did a compression test, and I was able to get a consistent 145 to 150 all the way across all 4 cylinders. So it looks like we got a pretty healthy KA here. We had like almost 0 variation. The highest was like 150 on the dot, and then this was like the lowest. All 4 of them were right in between that point. So that's pretty good. What I'm gonna let it do is I'm gonna let it cool down overnight, and I'm gonna try starting it one more time again tomorrow. Make sure most of the noises are gone and the head quietened down a little bit, and make sure that the engine still runs pretty good. because I think I'll be able to save this thing just by doing a reseal. All right, so a couple things. I pulled the valve cover to confirm my suspicion. The car was making a little rattle noise between 3,000 and 4,000 RPM. If you'll have a look down here on your right-hand side, if it'll focus, that right there is a broken timing chain guide. And then if you look down a little bit further, you can see the chain was rubbing up against the timing cover. So that's a rattle noise around 3,000 RPM. I did a leak down test. Refocus, come on. I did a leak down test before I actually got it running, and cylinder 4 was looking a little iffy, was the only one. The other ones had like less than 5% deviation. So after I got it running, I re-leak down tested cylinder 4, and it's almost perfect, just like the other 3 cylinders. So that's really good news. The compression test was 150 across all 4 cylinders. Now that I've done my full wellness check on the engine, it's time to pull it out. All right, so I think that's going to be it for this week's video on the 87,000 mile coupe. I will be restoring the car, but the car, I found some crash damage after I pulled off the whole front end of it. So if you look to the left of your screen here on the upper fender apron, you can see a large buckle up there. That's not the only spot though. Basically behind the strut tower's crease, the strut tower's like pushed over and down a couple inches as well. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about, what I got going on here. So like I said, I'm going to cut off the whole front end. And I have another front end from another car that I can replace it with. But it's going to be a minute before I get to that one. I will be restoring the car, though, so you will see more of it on the channel. But for now, that's going to be it. I've got some more videos in the works. I've got a bunch more cars at the shop. This one's just going to be a little bit drawn-out process, and I just don't feel like the market's strong enough right now for a single overhead cam car, so I want to leave that one all original. So like I said, I will be doing a full video on a full front end replacement on that car, so that should be a pretty good one. But it's going to be a little bit before I get to that one. Like I said, I've got some more cars in the works. I've got some other videos in the works, so you'll see that soon, and hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching.